Please welcome a player who showed real character last night, taking the final frame of the session with his 10th century of this Crucible campaign. It's been an amazing 6 weeks in which he's rediscovered his form, fitness and passion for the sport. He will come out here and give it absolutely everything. He's lean, keen and ready to roll, the one and only Dave Gilbert. His opponent, after 5 frames in a row from 9-all, he is now 3 away from becoming a multiple world finalist. Without question, he is playing the finest snooker of his career, and he will believe this is his year to shine. His sons Finlay and Bailey are watching in the crowd again. Come on, Daddy. Come on, the Warrior. Come on, Kyren Wilson.
The best of luck to both players. So what an opportunity. Enjoy it with us here on Eurosport. And good afternoon to our commentary team.
Here we go then, the final session of this 3-day drama, the 4th session, of course. And Dave Gilbert needs a fast start. He's 14-10 down, but not out yet. He finished last night with a very creditable century. He's 10th at the Crucible. He's 4th, in fact, in this match alone. So he's not playing badly. He just lost his way a little bit last night. Missed a key yellow with a chance for 10-all and lost his composure a bit, but he's had a good night's sleep, I'm sure, and determined to go for it this afternoon. Kyren Wilson, though, a clear favourite here, 3 away from a second appearance in the World Championship final. Big, big afternoon in store. (14-10). There's been 3 recoveries from that position in semi-finals. 2000, Mark Williams against John Higgins. 2007, Higgins against Stephen Maguire. And last year, Luca Brissell against C. J. Weir. Of course, it had been 14-5. As Wilson nails the first long red. Didn't quite get the kiss he was looking for, or hoping for. Of course, Ken Doherty also came from 15-9 down against Paul Hunter back in 2003. So there have been recoveries. And Wilson will be aware of those, but he's played so well at the tournament and he's played so well in this match, he must be very confident coming in this afternoon, Joe. 3 away from the final.
Yeah, and what an opening red to start with. And he's taking on this thin yellow. He's going for it. Could tuck up behind the green or yellow. He's overcut it. He's overcut it. Now, what is the left? Looks like just the red to the middle to me, but there may be something else there. Full marks for taking on that tough yellow. This isn't an easy table though, is it? Because he's got the green and yellow that he can play for. And that's it. You wouldn't risk trying to play for the black from there.
Just seeing the frame scores, as I say, he's made 4 centuries. So, I mean, he has scored heavily. It was just that little spell last night, wasn't it? 3 or 4 frames where things turned. They can turn back.
1.
Yeah, not the best angle on the green. He'd like to have been straight, to screw straight back for those 2 reds above the black. Just not hard enough. Unless the red by the pink goes, and he may have played for that. Yeah, maybe he played for that.
Can't believe it's 2 weeks since he walked out on the first day to play Luca Brissell. Of course, was 9-6 down on day 1.
Well, you know what they say, David, time flies when you're enjoying yourself. And look at that, the black, very tight. Doesn't look like it goes. But the red next to it will, if you can drop on it. And that would free everything up. Looking at playing the cannon, he's not straight enough on the pink. Oh, that's a nice kiss. And he played it. So he's on this red. That opens the black up. What a good shot that was.
11.
Oh, that wasn't. Didn't get the kiss thick enough. So down for the yellow, which is handy.
That was the kiss to land on the red. I thought he showed great credit last night to not only win the last frame, but win it with a century, having been through the wars. But of course, it is a bit of a war, isn't it? This 4-session match. You've got to stand up and fight.
Wow, very close to going in off.
14.
That would have been so unfortunate. But I don't think he's on anything, so just a safety by the looks of it. Skim off the reds. Oh, what a fantastic pot. Wishes he'd have played position on the black now, instead of just in behind the black. Where did that come from?
Well, it's already an interesting start, I think. Wilson came out determined to show Gilbert, I'm not going to go into my shell. I'm not going to protect the lead. I'm going to play the same as I have all match. And Gilbert, the opposite. I'm going to come out and go for it. I'm not going to worry about being behind. So it's almost as if it was kind of, they're playing as it was when it was level yesterday. You want to give evidence to your opponent of how you're feeling. Gilbert's come out. I'm going to fight for this. I'm sure Wilson expected that anyway.
Well, he's had a look to see if this red will go to the right corner. It will, but it's difficult to hold that cue ball for the black. Just a little thick. Caught the red just a little thick, trying to get in behind the brown there. And that's why the cue ball's only just reached the baulk line. Yeah, great shot. Like David said a moment ago, not going into his shell. I mean, he's left the frame on there. Had he missed that pot, But what a great effort.
Yeah, one of the impressive things actually this year is how he started every session well. You know, went into a lead against Dominic Dale early on. He's won the first frame of all the sessions of this match up to press. He's just been very focused and ready to start playing every session of this, of course, very long tournament.
Seven.
Yes, it was the poor safety really from Dave Gilbert, leaving the cue ball by the baulk line. But nevertheless, still a great pot, and a brave pot from Kyren Woollaston, because he doesn't want to see Gilbert coming back at him.
Well, I'm sure everybody remembers his last semi-final victory here 4 years ago in COVID times. No audience, but an unbelievable amount of drama against Anthony McGill. You can see the pot success. Percentage-wise, he's trailing, but it's been the crunch ones he's been potting. And a couple of crunch ones last night Gilbert missed. Dave Gilbert's actually on total points in front by 3 points on the aggregate, even though he's 4 frames down, because he's had all those big centuries, but lost a few of the closer ones.
Wow. Oh, wait for it.
16.
Unbelievable.
He was up, he was out of his seat, and he's sitting back down again, and he is not happy. Well, why would you be?
Well, that's incredible, isn't it? Here it is again, look, missed the red in the corner, kisses the red.
Well, he kissed the white and the red.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
$24.
Yeah, he's not had a century in the match, but he's had 11 half-century breaks, Wilson.
Yeah, he had to stay prepared, you know, Dave Gilbert, because he could be coming back to the table, and he is doing now. Didn't quite get into the pack as he wanted, so he hasn't opened all the reds, but he's left an easy one. In fact, looking at the reds there, taken in the right sequence, they all do go. So this is an excellent chance for Dave Gilbert. And if you want to look at it positively, the red that he fluked, okay, he was in amongst the reds, Gilbert, but he's now opened the reds up, so this is a better chance than the one he would have left originally. Now he takes this red, it opens the way for the other two into the opposite corner.
16.
Thankfully, Dave can't hear me, but it's actually 5 years to the day, to the session, that he lost that decider to John Higgins, 17-16 in 2019. That's his only other experience
17.
of playing in a semi-final here. How he would love to create better memories of this match.
Well, Kyren Woollaston is in Dave Gilbert's hands. This frame no longer belongs to him, it belongs to Gilbert.
Well, yeah, for comebacks to happen, two things need to happen, don't they? The player trailing needs to play their best stuff, and they need help. They need their opponent to miss, and Wilson has done a black bit like this.
Well, actually, he missed two, didn't he? So, second bite of the cherry. This is the second one. The red previously, he fluked.
33.
But he missed it. Now, all important to get good position. And that's good position, just needs the red.
40.
Well, Wilson had his chance. Gilbert was pretty furious about the fluke. But it's not cost him.
41.
He's got another chance and he's taken it. He needs to pile pressure on and make this as close as possible in the early frames. Win the mini session and all of that. As well as Wilson has played in this tournament, and he has played superbly. If you're going to feel it at any point, it's going to be on an afternoon like this when a lot of people are sort of expecting you to progress to the final.
45.
Still got to win the 3 frames to do it against a very determined opponent.
Yeah, the
48.
other thing as well, of course, is that you've got to punish. When your opponent misses, you've got to punish. And then it really hurts.
52.
And that's what Gilbert's done. He's punished.
Well, Kyren Wilson got that bit of fortune. Couldn't make the most of it.
57.
And remember, he was 14-9 in front. Gilbert made the century last night to conclude the evening. We've been coming here to the Crucible long enough to know it can happen. Anything can happen here in this extraordinary venue, in this extraordinary tournament. Great start for Dave Gilbert. The fluke didn't cost him. He stepped in after Wilson missed the black to clear with 70. It's 14-11. Kyren Wilson will have many supporters here, but the general snooker fans, I'm sure, would like to see a close match, a comeback from Gilbert. Whoever wins, make it exciting. So Gilbert, I'm sure, will get plenty of support from this crowd.
Very good break off, tight under the cushion, that cue ball. Can only just play a containing safety shot, you would think. He is going to get chances, Gilbert. It's what he can make of them. Same applies to Kyren Wilson. He's going to get chances. Where's that red going? Well, it's gone near enough to the cushion not to be potable in the middle. Neither player likes to play this type of game. You roll up into the pack, you roll out of it, the pack gradually gets opened.
Touching ball. One in the middle.
Yeah, he was a little concerned there, Dave Gilbert, because he didn't get this cue ball dead under the cushion, which has allowed Kyren to play that shot, try and get that cue ball back. Now, can he be tempted by this red? Thin cut to the right corner. I think he's got to go for the shots and hope that they go in. It's not beyond him, this. No. So, chance for Kyren Wilson.
Yeah, this is the problem. I mean, it wasn't easy, but more of those need to go in than stay out for Gilbert at this stage.
One.
Because John Higgins did come back at him in the middle of their quarter-final, but Wilson in the end pulled away
6.
to win it. Slightly shorter match, but same sort of principle.
Seven.
A couple of years ago, he was talked about very much as a potential new world champion. And that talk sort of died down a bit just because
10.
the last season and a half haven't been that great. Mark Allen had sort of moved into that position as the more likely new world champion.
11.
But of course, Wilson has played in this one-table situation 3 times before. So he's won a lot of the matches at the Crucible without yet getting his hands on the trophy.
$15. $16.
He just seems to have that steely resolve, doesn't he? Where nothing phases him. He missed the black off the spot in the last frame and it cost him, but his break off was superb. Dead under the cushion.
$20.
Tatiana Woollaston just keeping an eye on how close he is to that red.
21. $25.
The yellow just causing him a little bit of a problem, so has to use the rest. And he's been superb with the rest.
$26.
Just a little shorter pace on the blue. But a great shot, nevertheless. Needs to keep running.
31.
He could have done with just a little bit more pace in the cue ball. Coolly played. Back in prime position.
Yeah, he's given every shot everything, isn't he, after missing that black in frame 1 of the afternoon and being punished significantly, of course, for it. He's a pretty strong character, is Kyren. On his 18th birthday, he did a skydive for charity. You know, most people go to the pub, don't they?
.46.
And that has gone wrong. Played to just catch those reds a little bit thinner and finish on the black. So the game is not over yet. Just looking to see if he can see enough of the black to pot it. But maybe time to push colour safe. Maybe the green. Well, he's thinking of putting the black safe on the right side cushion.
Green ball. Kyren Wilson, 47.
A good 47 though.
His sons, Finlay and Bailey, and his wife Sophie, watching on. Yeah, he didn't miss, he lost position, so he played the percentage shot, put a colour safe. Alex Higgins started the tradition, didn't he, in '82 of bringing out the family. Of course, his baby Lauren. We've seen so many lovely scenes since with families and friends of players.
Yeah, just drifted off the cue ball. Now is this red on to the middle. Playing to hit that red full in the face. Can't see enough of that red to the middle pocket. And all of a sudden this table is looking very difficult if Dave Gilbert does get a chance. He may feel he's got no option but to take that long red on down the left side of the table. If the safety is just as difficult. There it is. The red that's nearest the left middle pocket. He could play off that one pretty thin. Take the cue ball back down the table. But I think he's going for the pot. No, it's the shot unsuggested, and the double kiss was on, but just managed to miss it. And that's an excellent escape from a very difficult situation.
Well, we're talking there about a centimetre difference between the kiss, which surely would have lost him the frame, and getting to safety. Played it really well. These are the stakes this afternoon for Gilbert, chasing the match.
Now, what has he left? He's put another ball safe. I don't think he's left anything easy. No, there's confirmation. Nothing there. Could so easily have left one. If he goes for this pot near the pink spot, he could make a cannon to one of the reds, and he doesn't want that.
Please all make sure your phones are switched off or on silent. Thank you.
Well, 2 weeks in, and the message hasn't got through to some. Phone going off.
It's looking good, though. That's what he wanted. That's what he played. Yeah, he played the pot, but he also played the safety. Yeah, he didn't really want to bring one of these reds off the cushion, but he may have no choice. Well, he gets a chance, Dave.
Well, I mean, that was so close, wasn't it? It wriggled and wriggled, but didn't drop.
Looking at it there, I thought it was in. Catching the angle, but I still thought it was going to drop. But how does he get to a colour? The red, the black will go to the right corner, also the baulk corner. But is it worth the risk, or does he play out, try and get on the pink? These are all questions for Dave. Decisions he has to make. He's got to get onto a colour, because those two reds nearest the left corner pocket, they're just so inviting.
1.
Well, that's very tight. I think the pink's easier. And he could maybe bring the green into play. That is so tight. It will go. But there's only half a pocket there. Yeah, he never looked at the pink, but I thought that was a lot easier than the black.
Yes, and this is the worst result. You know, there could have been a scenario where he misses it and blocks the pocket, but he caught the other red. So Wilson, 46 in front, with his chance for 15-11.
1.
But straight away, just left himself awkward.
Yeah, excellent shot.
He's just so confident, isn't he, with the rest?
He's great with the pressure shots as well. It doesn't faze him. Not scared of taking it on. When he goes for it wholeheartedly.
Well, this pot, if it goes in, means that Gilbert needs snookers. And it's not in.
Where's that cue ball going to finish?
Wilson, 8.
Where's that cue ball going to finish?
Well, classic good news and bad news there.
Yep, the good news is he can still win. Is it hard enough? He's got the line. Is it hard enough? Wow, what an escape. Brilliant shot. And listen to the crowd. He's happy.
Loving every minute. Well, he's dodged a bullet, and I mean, Wilson is still a heavy favourite where the balls are, but he's still got to nail the frame. Thing is, I mean, he is enjoying himself because he wasn't enjoying his snooker. He pulled out of a few events, but the chance to play in this wonderful tournament, to be at this stage on a day like this, still with a chance to get to the final, I guess it makes the sort of struggles worthwhile, really. You know, when you're a boy, you pick up a cue. This is what you dream of, playing here in a match like this.
Yeah, he couldn't hit it much harder because he would have pushed the other red on. Yeah, I was thinking of playing the double. Didn't really want to play this red, bringing it back down the table towards that right corner. Well, he gave it a lot of study and he finished up being very fortunate. He didn't play to hit it that thin and leave the red on. That red was supposed to be on the left side cushion. But he's had a bit of a result there.
Dave's just dropped an ice cube on the floor. Hopefully that's not some sort of metaphor. It's been pretty icy cool during this tournament.
Re-rack? I don't think so, but how long can this go on for, just touching these reds? Because you can't play across the table, you'd leave the red on by the yellow. Well, he's left a chance at this long red. He's badly hampered, Gilbert. And those two reds closest together look like there could be a plant to this corner. I don't know if you've seen that. There they are. I think if he was right behind those reds, he'd be taking it on. Has he looked at them? As a plant, that is. Well, those two reds closest together are now safe. So he'd like to leave those two like they are. Doesn't want the kiss. No. It's a chance. If the pink goes, it's happy days. But not sure if the pink or the brown go past that red.
One.
He needs a colour, otherwise he's going to need snookers.
Dave Gilbert, one.
I had to go in, so 53, the difference, 51 on.
He's under intense pressure, Dave Gilbert, and that little kiss on the green stopped him getting closer to the brown and turned it into a real pressure shot.
Some nasty spots, though, aren't there, on the table for snookers? Obviously, yellow and green. Sorry, yellow and blue being prime candidate.
Yeah, the green also not too bad for snookers. What about this? What about that? Has he got the snooker? He split the reds as well. Oh, what a shot that was. So, 3 reds, 3 blacks, dropping behind the yellow, and a tough snooker in behind the blue. And that's what he's looking at there, look. I'm talking about 2 or 3 shots in front, that's 6.
Well, that's the prize, isn't it? That's the prize where yellow and blue are. If he gets down that far, he's got a chance in a frame that looked completely out of reach at one point.
One. Eight.
Now I've got to get top side of the red after he pots the black to be able to get back to the black.
9.
Nothing for being straight on this red now. Got to get high. Well, he hasn't hit it hard enough.
16.
Nowhere near hard enough, in fact. The pink would be enough.
Yeah, he couldn't take the brown because he would need 2 snookers. That's the maths that he's doing.
But he did the maths before he played the shot. We saw him counting up in his head. And now
17.
it's 2 snookers. He's got to get this tight to the blue. There's no point in not being tight to the blue here. It's got to be absolutely tight. Yellow down the table. And not near a cushion.
21.
Well, it's not tight
Okay,
enough.
leave it. 21.
In fact, he may not have the snooker.
Well, that did not go to plan. I mean, we saw the plan when he came to the table. He was always going to be building up to playing a snooker in behind blue, although he obviously wanted 1 rather than 2. It is a snooker, though.
I think he can swerve that.
Just wasn't tight in behind the blue, was it? That was the intention.
Foul.
Oh, but he's hit the blue,
No,
so
give me
now,
5.
after all that, he can tie.
He's bringing the green out.
Oh, what?
Is it a free? No.
What a shambles that was, really. That is the one thing you can't do.
If you want some excitement, come to the Crucible.
Like you say, it's bringing the green slightly off the cushion, hitting the blue. He can tie. This could be a respot yet, this frame. Yeah, there's nothing like it, is there? There's no venue like it. These bigger venues, absolutely, but it's this intimate environment that helps create the atmosphere, the pressure. Speaking to some of the former champions who are here working on the media, you know, they say when they walk in, they still get the butterflies. They're not playing. Just being in the building, all the memories coming back.
Well, Kyren able to play a good safety because that last safety of Gilbert's didn't put him under any pressure whatsoever. Doesn't want to go past the pink. Just too heavy.
So the yellow is possible.
Yeah, good pot. Terrific cueing.
Remember the yellow Gilbert missed last night off its spot when he was attempting to clear for 10 each. And the one Wilson's just knocked in also feels significant because this frame was locked down in his favour a few minutes ago.
Wilson too.
Gilbert got the chance, but now it's him who's in a snooker position. And he needs 1 at the moment himself to tie. So how things have turned there in the last minute or so.
Well, unless you can swerve it, this is tough. Yeah, good pot. That left the green on. It's always a danger, isn't it? Not just escaping from the snooker, but you've got to get it safe.
So 38-minute frame will surely be over in Wilson's favour if he can knock this in. He's been put through it. It was in the balance. 1 good piece of cueing needed. And that is an excellent piece of cueing. So the family looking a bit concerned, but surely will be 15-11, and he will need 2 more to be in the final again.
Kyren Wilson, 3.
32 the difference. If he were to pot the brown, it would be 2 to tie on the blue.
Yeah, good signs those for Dave Gilbert fans, not giving in. 2 to tie on the blue, as David says, and if he pots the brown, which he can do, the pink is in a really good spot there. The black, we know, is okay. So, although he needs 2 snookers, still fighting. But you feel he's got to get a good snooker here. It's a good chance. Yep, that's pretty good. If it bounces, that's a tough snooker. And as I say, good to see him coming back to the table there, needing 3 snookers, but realised if he pots the brown, it's 2 to tie. So, yeah, good fighting qualities.
Well, it certainly gets interesting if he doesn't hit the blue here.
Oh, good shot, good escape. That wasn't easy.
Well, he is renowned as being pretty cool, Kyren Wilson. And he just took a moment over that shot, played it brilliantly. Yeah, it's been a lengthy frame, but it's been really interesting. Well, a chance to put this away once and for all. He's had to work for it. But in goes the blue. He'll be relieved. It was in the balance when he was playing that swerve around the blue, caught it. That meant Gilbert could have forced a respot. But the fact is, Kyren Wilson is just 2 frames away from the 2024 World Snooker Championship final. A long old frame, but it's gone his way. He leads David Gilbert 15-11. So a long frame has gone to Kyren Wilson. Dave Gilbert breaks off in frame 27 of a possible 33. He might need all 33 now to win this, because Wilson's 2 away.
Yeah, not the best break off, I'm afraid. That cue ball not close enough to the cushion. Oh, he was a long way off that. Now, what's the damage? I think he's left the red on. I think the black may go to the right corner. Straight on the blue. Didn't play to hit that middle pocket bump, just raised his hand. Now I think the black will go, and he can get to it this time round.
Yeah, and the fact is no one has scored heavier than Gilbert in this tournament. 10 centuries, well clear of everybody else. So if he can rediscover that touch, then he can certainly turn this round just by keeping Wilson basically in that seat.
Dave Gilbert, 10.
He just cannot afford to miss them, Dave. He knows it. And the plant is on, look at that, dead set.
1.
Yeah, he's annoyed, obviously, because that was a definite chance, as I say, to strike back with a big break.
And this is the thing that he's got to remember. 15-12 doesn't sound too bad, you know. 15-13, right back in it. He's got to keep them thoughts.
8.
That was his reaction as he sat down.
9.
This World Championship, it's a sporting drama, but it's a human drama as well, because they're just out there for so long. This match has been 7.5 hours already. 3 days.
16.
Just under hit that one slightly. Well, again, it's a pretty good kiss, that. He did play the cannon on the red.
$23. $24.
So still got another 3 reds that he can go at. But he wants to get them reds open as soon as possible.
$31. $32.
And Dave will be thinking these should have been mine. And that makes it ever more painful. This is the red that Dave missed. He did seem to hit it just a little bit hard.
$40.
No, chance to open these reds up, and if this turns out nice, he could be one away from the final. But it hasn't turned out nice. In fact, it couldn't have gone much worse.
47.
Yeah, great recovery.
48.
Terrific recovery. But how does he get that cue ball back down the table for the only red that will go? So 44-point lead. Could have done with leaving this red on the cushion.
Kyren Wilson.
Second
50.
prize, back on the cushion. That's a disaster, I think. Missed the red he was playing on.
Yeah, he's given Wilson another chance already, 44 to the good.
1.
Chance to get within one of the final. It was the misread, of course, that was the real error from Gilbert in this frame. Time is running out for the Tamworth man. He's had such a terrific championship.
Eight.
So this next red, and it's Snooker's required again.
15. 16.
65
20.
in front with a possible 51 on. And that
22.
removes any doubt. So Kyren Wilson is one away from a second appearance in the World Final.
Kyren Wilson, 25.
Gilbert was in early, missed that red, and then he set up the second chance Wilson needed to win the frame. Kyren Wilson on the brink here at the Crucible, leading by 16 frames to 11.
Kyren Wilson to break.
But Dave Gilbert got a good round of applause there from this Crucible crowd, who would love to see a close match, but he's up against it. He now needs to win the last 6 frames to reach the final. Kyren Wilson looking for one more to take on either Stuart Bingham or Jack Jones in the title match.
Well, it's do or die, I'm afraid, Dave. You've got to go for it, but go for it full-blooded. Close. couldn't have got any closer without it dropping. He was nicely on the black. Now can Kyren control the cue ball in potting this red? It's not easy because it's thin.
One.
Is he on the black? It doesn't look like it from here. And from there, it certainly doesn't look like it, but he's right behind it. And he's addressing it, so he must think it goes. Yeah, nicely done. Is he on the red?
Eight.
No. So, the first sign there. Now, if only Dave Gilbert can read those same signs.
One.
What have you got left, Dave? Perfectly onto the blue for a start.
Well, he's made his biggest ever effort, probably in the whole of the time he's been playing in the World Championship, as we see them miss again, to actually get in shape for the tournament. So the effort has been there from before a ball was struck in this tournament from Gilbert.
Seven.
He could have done with leaving a little angle there on the black to give them a nudge. Because that red over the pocket meant that it was always going to be on a red.
14. $15.
Maybe this time. Into the pack, and he's got to be on that red to the right corner if he's not on anything else. Now that is a confident shot. Didn't hold back on that shot whatsoever.
22.
Look at the cue ball swinging into the reds. Great split.
Like a wrecking ball, wasn't it? Now has to take advantage of the chance that he himself has fashioned here. Because now he's opened the reds, he knows one miss and that could be the end.
Those 6 reds just below the pink. If you just have a look at them,
30.
there's nothing really goes unless there's a plant there. So they do need some attention.
$31.
Similar to a shot that he missed in the last frame, this one.
36.
Although he's a little bit closer to this.
37.
Now, he could give them a little flick here if he's got the angle. Wasn't the best angle.
Yeah.
And this red down the cushion, just a little bit more trickier.
42.
Not just the pot, but getting onto a colour to be able to get to the next red. Because, as I said before, they all seem to be covering one another, those reds. If you could land somewhere around about there on the pink, it would be perfect. No plants. There, or up for the blue. He's under hit it. Well, no, he hasn't. He's got the right side. So you would think all on this shot, if you could get a nice split here. May have to play him off 2 cushions. That could be easier. Well, he's got the split, but he isn't left with anything easy.
49.
Nah, it's a bit unlucky, isn't it? I mean, he's gone into them here. Cue all those made its way out again. Another big shot, this.
Dave Gilbert.
Yeah,
49.
it was a big shot. And he could be pinning his hopes on that one safe red.
Yeah, I mean, it was awkward. The green was under his shoulder. So Wilson 41 behind. As Joe says, 1 red safe on the cushion.
Wow, very nearly brought that red into play. What cue power this man has. Terrific shot. And a terrific attempt to bring that red out. Look at that. He managed to catch the red, but not thick enough. 40 points behind. Which is nothing at this level of play. I don't think he can get the cannon to the red. But it was close.
4.
Yeah, that red on the cushion is now the ball in this match, isn't it? It could decide this match.
11.
Yeah, it's in a good spot as well. You know, if you're on the pink or that red directly above the black is in a really good spot. So he wouldn't really want to play for that red. That's the red that will get that red into play. Stay on the blue.
12.
So I'd be surprised if he played for that red above the black, but maybe he's got no choice now. Hasn't left the best angle on the black to get to those 2 reds. Well, he did actually. He had the angle. And decided to leave that
90.
red above the black. So we know what his plan is. Nope. That's the one that he needed. And if he just drops the blue in, he'd have a thin cut at that red.
Well, they're all
25.
out in the open now, so it's in his hands. I'm sure he's been annoyed this season, Kyren Wilson. Some of the big tournaments have been on and he's not been in them. It won't matter if he can put these away and put himself into the World Championship final.
His strength of mind in this match has been superb. I mean, he had a lot to put up with
34.
in the early part of this match with Gilbert playing as well as what he did. He knows the writing's on the wall. Not the best angle on the black, you've got to say. Scores all level.
41.
This was the red that he was left with. He went into them, didn't he, and could have got on something much easier.
Yeah, it was certainly unfortunate. He split them beautifully, didn't he, off of 2 cushions, but wasn't to be.
$42.
Nice angle on the blue, brown or green. Take your pick.
Well, Dave Gilbert has had such a terrific tournament. As I say, 10 centuries. Remember that day 1 win over Brussels. There's drama here right from the off. Is there going to be any more, though, in this match?
$47. $49.
Kyren Wilson had a good lead at 14-10, resuming, but the pressure's on, isn't it? All the talk of comebacks. You have to get it won. And the question was, could he get it won comfortably?
He just overscrewed the yellow there, but it shouldn't be a problem. He needs the blue to be in the final.
$52.
The question was, could he get it won comfortably? And it looks like he's going to win 3 of the 4 frames this afternoon. So even though it's been a battle at times this match, remember they were level for a long time, up to 9 each. In the second half, it looks like Kyren Wilson has done the business.
56.
And he's already got experience of being in a world final, which will surely stand him in good stead if he can knock this blue in. This is match ball. And there is the celebration to the family. A kiss blown to his wife Sophie, who's sitting with his 2 sons, Finlay and Bailey. What a 2 days it's going to be for the Wilson family, because Kyren Wilson is the first man into the World Championship final. We were wondering, would there be a comeback? It didn't materialise. Dave Gilbert's great championship is over, and Kyren Wilson will face either Stuart Bingham or Jack Jones for the trophy.